largely affecting our family values. So we intend to take a look at how those things are happening and how, as a family, I guess also perhaps the couple this morning would also learn how to work and manage themselves at ensuring that the family remains a unit, and of course the ripple effect is not severely felt by the children. We do have a guest in the house this morning. Of course, he's our sheikh, he's our teacher, he's a friend of the house. And you know the way he breaks these things down, you have no choice but to listen and to at least learn one or two things from the conversation today. It's our pleasure to welcome into the studio Sheikh Abdurrahman Adangba. Of course, he's an Islamic cleric and a marriage counselor. Sheikh, thank you for being here on the program today.
Thank you for having me.
Right. Let's start this way. Everybody understands that at the moment, the economy is really not smiling, but we have to trudge on. We have to move ahead. For families at the moment who are struggling, irrespective of the fact that they are working, they are trading, they are doing all they can, but yet it just seems so little, and it just seems like this is drawing the family apart. What's your first charge to such families this morning?
You see, I don't know where to begin.
You can begin from somewhere.
But yes, I will surely begin from somewhere. You see, in the topic there is a value, family value. What is family value? Family value is a standard of living for that family.
Right.
Then we'll come back to look at it from that angle. Standard of a family is a value of that family. But there is no standard without a balance in economy of that family, not of the state.
Okay, of that family.
There is a difference between the economy of the state, which is the nation as a whole,
Generally.
and the economy of a family.
Okay.
We are not going to be equal. That is
Most
sacrosanct.
definitely.
So each family, therefore, before you set a standard, you must have some considerations. The government of a certain entity or a certain nation must have their own contribution to aid that family. In most countries, when we are discussing about economy, we are looking at the civil class. The civil class we are looking at. But the real class to look at is the barefoot class.
Okay.
In that wise, the consideration of the economic balancing for that nation or for that entity should be leveled on the step and standard of that little one. So if you find yourself above that, you can now vouch for yourself that you are living fine.
Right.
Okay. When you know that, let's now look at the economic balancing of a family vis-a-vis the type of livelihood they are trying to portray. Is it personal standard? Are they setting personal standard, or they are looking at competitive standard?
Okay. Right.
Most of us here, we are looking at the competitive standard.
And not the personal standard.
No, not the personal standard.
And okay.
Therefore, the end result will be negative. I think you can get that.
I
now.
do get that.
So, but if you are looking at the personal standard, so what are the things we are going to look at? Then we are going to divide those living in that entity into three parts.
Okay.
Those working for the government, of which the state will state their GDP. That this is how much a family in Nigeria is living on.
Because they work for the government.
They are the civil servants.
Right.
Then those who are rich, let me call it that way. Any way they get rich, they are rich. That's another one. We can't calculate a GDP with those ones.
Right.
And those who are perpetually poor.
Mm.
So in that aspect, there must be a standard, for a general standard for all of them.
Okay. Set by the government?
Set by the government. And they can only come in 3 phases.
Mm-hmm.
The first phase is the government must take care of housing.
Mm.
Very sacrosanct. Housing. Even if the government is not building houses for people, the government must regulate rents.
Okay. Mm.
The government has to regulate rents. A country where rents are not regulated, there is no vision for that or planning for that country in the end of the month.
Okay.
So that you don't know how much you want to spend. So, but if the rent is regulated for a longer period of time, even if the government is not building the houses, if the government doesn't own the houses,
they can plan towards
they can
that.
plan towards that. So they will know how much salary they will be giving, because every state of economy in any country is determined by how much the government pays its servants.
Okay. Mm.
So it is determined by how much, even to the rich. So number one is housing. But look at us. Nobody is responsible for the regulation of that.
But the government, well, go ahead.
The government will just say it is not enforced.
Well, enforcement is an
So,
issue.
you know, the what do you call it now? The environment for which people rent houses and where they stay. You know it in Lagos here. Many people ran away from Lagos now and are living in Ogun State.
Right.
Ogun State too is coming up with that house rent, exorbitant ones. So people want to run
Move
into the
further
inlands. But
into-
if they move further into the inlands, how do they survive? So number one is housing.
Okay.
The government responsible, we should be responsible and responsive to transportation.
Right.
That one too is left unchecked. When you are going to Oshodi from Ikeja in the morning, you pay 200. But coming from Oshodi Ikeja in the evening, you pay 500.
Right. Rush hour.
What is the meaning of rush hour? Isn't that time they should get more people to go into the buses and
They
drop
claim
them
they
early
claim
and
they
come
spend
back
more-
early?
They spend more time in traffic.
What does that mean? It has no difference. They've gained that in the morning when there is no traffic.
So they should be able to.
They should be able to
augment
balance
that
it, augment
in
it
the
in the evening
evening.
with the same amount. So when you are going to work, you don't know, you can't plan how much you are going to spend. So transportation must be regulated, even if the government is not providing the vehicles.
Right.
There should be enforcement of this is how much you are going to. And number 3 is health. So you see, those 3 determinants, transportation, housing, and health, will determine livelihood. The utilities, you know you are going to pay for it, it's not free. Any other things you use, your own clothing, your personal things, they are not free. You are going to
Right.
pay for them. Isn't it?
True.
But those 3 vitals are going to take care and take charge of all others. So this is where we are. So now, if you now want to come to the to the general public and determine how do they think of themselves when it comes into these economic standards, virtually 90% or 89.9 or 91.2 are living competitively. Oh, everybody wants to live in what do you call it? In a flat. So you now see people saying 1-bedroom flat, 2-bedroom flat, 3-bedroom flat. And we now start talking about which environment, which area.
Okay.
Then they talk about proximity of those areas to what? So,
Okay, Sheikh, let me quickly hold your thoughts there so I don't lose this. I mean, when we started, you did talk about the fact that there's that need to create a living standard
yeah,
per family, per household.
exactly.
So meaning that the kind of standard that I create in my home will not be the same standard that Adebimpé
that
will
must be the
create.
only way to live in peace.
Right. So, how did we get to that era where it seemed like the competitive lifestyle or the competitive value is what is dominating or what is domineering in the system. We still liken this to an issue yesterday where we're talking about some people will take their children to certain schools because some family members are attending the same school or some friends are attending the same school.
You're right.
Not looking at how you will cope when the school fees, payment comes in. So,
You're right.
did we get it wrong at some particular point in time, or it's always been there?
No, it's always been there.
Okay.
But people don't align with it. In those ages, they do not align with it. But now everybody aligns with it, and they even believe that is the norms.
Okay.
There and then, public school is the largest school that has a lot of entrants.
Mm-hmm.
Private school is for those who will feel they are extraordinarily wealthy
And can afford
the luxury of taking them. But everybody is satisfied with public school. Today is the opposite. Nobody is satisfied with the public school. Everybody wants to go to the private school. For what happens in the university with the elongated strike and what have you, what happens in the public school where you say, oh, my child is not very beautiful, is not handsome, is not fine in this school, why can he be going to this school? Self-aggrandizement. Number 3, for the fact that our orientation is corrupted right from 1972.
Why did you put it at 1972?
Yes, that was when the Doji came. When we don't know what to do with money. This country, the oil boom, and that was when we changed from pounds to dollar and to naira. So we don't know the value of money. And the government there and then just increased the salary of workers, forgetting that it is the determinant of what you call economic standard.
Right.
They just added money and everything skyrocketed. So it's a vicious circle. The moment you added money to the salary of the civil servants, the yalata, the transport worker, their house. So look at it. Today, if you are living in an environment where the roads are not tarred, immediately that road is tarred by the government, the landlords are paying no dime to the tarred road. What do they do to their house?
They increase their rent.
Double. So no regimentation, no regulation. Even if there are regulation in books, no regulation anywhere. So, but there are 2 vital places that got corrupted most.
Okay.
The HOG, which is the houses of God, and the schools.
The schools?
Yes, the schools.
Regular schools?
Regular schools. Be it private or public, regular schools got corrupted. So the HOD, the houses of God, are in competition. Be it Christian, be it Islam. They are in competition that my house of God is better than your house of God. To serve who?
Shouldn't that be to
so,
serve God?
Those who want to lead the houses of God, which are the men of God, the MOG, are in competition. Which car does they bring? Which clothes does they wear? Unminding what is coming out of them as an inspiration or instigation. So inspiration could be in words. Inspiration could be in acts. Inspiration could be in deliverances. And instigation will follow through the modes and how they present themselves to the public.
Right.
So that's that. That's about the houses of God. And you find them 1, 2, 3, 4, not regulated. Not taken in by the government, knowing fully well that those houses of God are the first link of every human in that society. So the government should think and see that they can only get to the populace through those houses of God and regulate whatever they are doing. And they will tell them, you can't regulate the word of God. Even God himself regulated his own word. You cannot come and say you can't regulate it. If you put people who are versatile about it, they know, because it has to do with human endeavors and it has to do with human dealings. So the government failed woefully in taking care of the house of God.
Okay.
You cannot just come there and nobody is paying your salary and can just come and say whatever you like. You can charge your people the way you like. It's nonsense.
Right.
So then when you come to what is the schools?
The schools.
We have a body that is taking care of the schools. We have a curriculum that we're looking at. But has the government and the education ministry sat down to see that in the very close and near future, when I say close, because we're counting years, let's say by the segments, when I say close, by the segments of the first 6 years, then the segment of the third 3 years, second 3 years, and the third 3 years. What do we want to get from these students that we are taken to school and they are passing out to replow into the society? The government is not looking at it. All we want to know is Omo Mili Soyinbo.
Okay.
So, and mind you, human beings are created because of competition. Except those who have sense will know that I don't need to compete. These things are not equal.
All right, Sheikh. We cannot talk about the issue of the economic challenges without looking at some of the issues that are quite big at hand at the moment. Of course, when we look at issues around inflation, we look at issues around job losses, we look at issues around unemployment, and these are issues that, whether we like it or not, they have ripple effects on every family.
Exactly.
So how do we get out of the situation? Because now some will also say, or some will also demand, that you can actually get involved in multiple streams of income. So even as a government worker, you can also find something else to do with your hands, and then also ensure that you get more money into the family system. But when you look at all of these things, they are societal, but they are domiciled in every family. How do we get out of
Thank
this
you
situation?
for using that word. They are societal, and they are dominant in
the family.
So you are talking about public and private combination.
Right.
The person that is adding an extra work to the work is doing with the government, if it's employed by any, let's say, company or whatever, they are all governments paying him salary. Is he going to deal with the government work the way he deals with his own private work?
Okay.
No. He sees that private one as his own, and sees that government one as a government. So we deliberately, Nigeria was a country flowing with milk and honey. Oh, we saw it. So
you experienced it.
I experienced it. But do you know that when we were in the secondary school in the early 70s, those who came from the university to come and teach us were saying, that was in 1974, 75, saying, look, Omo, when I leave here, they will be discussing amongst them, when I leave here, I get to the government, I will embezzle. And when they got there and embezzle, they don't understand that the after result of embezzlement is unemployment.
Sure.
So we have looted every single company, either public or private. We looted them to go and do things that are not essential. What are things that are not essential? Building a house is not essential. If you are really at it and you look at the Western system of housing and our own type of housing, you will see that they will enjoy their lives to death. Why? Why? Because you don't need more than 100, 150 square meters to live, sleep, eat, dining, whatever, and you're okay. But what do we build here? I have 3 children, for example. I built a duplex that has 5 bedrooms. These children grew up. They don't want to live in that house.
They don't want to come back there.
What do I do with that house?
You probably...
So, when I was building it, I thought I was doing something good. Right. After they have left, I can say that I've corrected my existence in future with that house that I built. If I had been in a 150 square meter house with the 3 kids that I have, and they are now going to go and have their own, the house will still not be bigger than what I need. And the maintenance of the house will not be costlier.
True.
And there is no time in any economy in the world that there will be no inflation. We're only trying to stop it from being galloping. Imagine a situation where we need to build an hospital. And the person that is on the seat to build an hospital tells the person that is going to come to build the hospital, build the standard and give me the rest. What is he telling him about the future? So it is not the economy that is bad. It is we that are bad because we hoard. This time around, we are not hoarding the items. We are hoarding the facilities to make those items work. So get the money, keep it. I've once said it to my congregation. I said, okay, if all of you stand before God and start asking him, oh God, give me money, and you are tapped. from behind and say, how much do you want? How much will you mention?
I'm sure you, at that point, you might not even.
So which means when you are asking for money, you are stupid. You don't know what is necessary from what is important. You don't know what is real from what are sentiments.
Valid point you've raised.
So if we really deal with what is real, most of us now, as I'm sitting in front of you, I know how many clothes I have. But I know that a lot of them have not worn in the past 1 month. Am I okay? So look at our women. Look at the competition in parties. Look at the geles you have bought. Look at the match. What is to match? Who are you matching? What are you matching?
Fashion.
What is fashion? Idiosyncrasies.
Well.
So no. I don't say it should not look good.
It's fine, Sheikh. I mean, so
I don't say it's not good, but we are claiming that economy is not balanced. Are we balanced too? First and foremost, to set a standard, you must look at the value. And what is your value economically? Are you within that range of what your value is? Or are you looking up to a range that you want to get to? Not getting there yet, but living there yet. So you are deceiving yourself. You either go stealing or go killing.
Right. So how do we, because sometimes when conversations like this do come up, it is either they recall you,
or you recall yourself.
They'll definitely jolt something in you, like you said, if you're right thinking. And so within these families, of course, we know there's a mother, there's a father, or sometimes we know there's a father and there are mothers. And then, of course, you have the children. How do you deal with those family values that you probably also created some kind of value and you have decided to either downgrade because you've now realized that you cannot keep up with what you created or what you started with? How do you carry everybody along? And not, because again, sometimes when children are used to certain lifestyle and you decide to reduce or, bring them back into what you can then afford, it builds rebellion, it builds some kind of timidity even in the children. So how do you deal with that situation?
It's very easy. It's very easy publicly. It's very easy personally.
How?
When we were young, I remember my father, we used to have a family meeting every week.
Okay.
On Saturday morning.
So what did you discuss?
My father would tell us, this is where we are today financially.
Okay.
This is what is going to happen in the next 3 months. It doesn't give us 6 months. It doesn't give us 1 year. In the next 3 months, this is what's going to happen. This is what I'm looking at the society. So we want to buy this and this and this. Which one do we share?
Okay.
To all of us. We used to do it every Saturday. So all of us knew well that if I'm not getting this, it is because I want to get this.
So you would have prioritized it yourself before bringing it in.
That is sacrosanct in every family. There must be a prioritization of how you want to live.
Okay.
And that's what we call standard. So in a situation where you say, no, you are going to kill yourself, kill the child, and create negativity in your environment.
Right.
So, and it is possible nationwide, publicly. Nigeria is just a typical example of what happened in 1983, the war against indiscipline. If we had been left and the government wasn't overthrown, Nigeria would have grown very great now.
Right.
I was in Cairo. I was in school in Egypt, in the Al-Azhar University. When Cairo would show on TV, what do they say? They said, come. They will say it in their language, come and see the neatest country in the world. And they will be showing Nigeria every Saturday that we are cleaning to their people. They will beam it live, Nigerians cleaning, every Saturday to their people. They will show Nigerians lining, queuing up to enter a bus, queuing up. Up till the time I left Cairo in 1990, they queue up to do anything, and they learn it from Nigeria, whereas Nigeria told it. So you can see that publicly, it's just an orientation to an endowment. If we do that, then we'll be okay. But people don't, those are the hems of affairs. I want to say hems of affairs, not the rich. They don't want it because it will make sure that nobody is super rich. Nobody is super rich. And they did something. When Lagos State is dirty, and I stand out to look at it, sometimes I say that, oh, very simple thing. Catch them young was what the orientation they did then. So when we were in 1983, the schools preaches that if your father is throwing out of something in the window, just tell him, Daddy, why? So nobody throws out anything on the street. Nobody does anything that is not good or real. No, everybody aligns to that training. And it is only for that training to take over, then it becomes the norms. It is very easy for an opposite thing to take over, which becomes the norms with time, because nobody will know that there is something better than that, even for the growing-ups, because they were born into luxury and they want to enjoy that luxury. And they go to parties, go to whatever, do whatever they like. They come home, and when you ask them, what are you doing? Daddy, I'm enjoying myself. Is he or she really enjoying? So you need, as a family, as a head, to tell your family, this is what I have. Okay. And this is what is going to happen in the next 3 months. So if you have been eating 2 meats in a pot and on a meal, for what is coming up, let's reduce to 1 meal. And 1 meat, at least we'll have 1 protein. Right. So, but if you do not do that, and you say, I don't want my children to see my laxity, they will see your failure. If they do not see your laxity, they will get to know your failure. Right. And women, in their own competitive type of thinking, I'm sorry to say women, but it is true. They will be, when they are thinking about their own home, they are peeping into another person's home to see how things are done. If they are better than. So what if they are better? Can they go to the bank and use that to collect money? Let them be better now. I lived, when I started Arabic school in 1978, I lived in an area in Agege with some guys that were rich. My father is a millionaire, but he will never give me extra money except what I need. So if I spend that money where it is not necessary, I'll suffer it before the end of the month. So I know my standard. So there was a boy. He lives, the father is wealthy, the mother is wealthy too. They do these big boys then. I was talking about 78. They do these big boys then. But I used to look at myself, remember the son of who you are. Don't overdo. I swear to God, I met that was 1978. I met that boy in 1992, and he was a driver to somebody that is appreciating me. So when I saw Femi and I would look at him, I said, wow, is this life? The result of that extravagant life he was living there. And up till today, he has not made it, and he's still alive. So and when he needs anything now, he will now run back to me and say, Adagba, can you? So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't do, but I don't want to increase his pain, because I should have called him and sit him down and said, you caused this for yourself. Yeah,
but he didn't know any better at that time.
He knew. Shebi, he saw us.
Hey, he saw you.
And he took what he's doing as a norm.
Parenting matters a lot, and so, maybe again, so what he saw at that time.
But there is a bigger parent. That bigger parent is society. Right. And that society, the parent of that society, that is the biggest parent, is the government. So if the government is not thinking well on what are real and what are sentiments, that means that government is not responsive. And that government at the end of the day will be rushing to leave the throne and leave it for some other to come and cover their shits when they finish. So that's where we are exactly.
Let's quickly also talk about, because I know that while you were speaking earlier, you did say that women can be competitive, and but at the same time,
men too can be competitive. It's not women only.
Okay. At the same time, we do know that women also play a very great role in keeping the homes, ensuring that there is stability, and oftentimes. Sometimes there are some men who are not appreciative of the role these women play. It's both ways. There are times that it is the women that do not appreciate the role that the men play. Can you quickly talk to our viewers about balance?
No, the balance is with the man.
The balance is with the man,
Is
or
the-
should be with the man.
It is the man. The balance must be, not should be.
Okay, how?
It must be the man.
Okay, how?
You see, in marriage, you have equality and you have equity. Everybody is born equal. We came into the marriage equally. You have a role to play, I have a role to play. We make the roles 100. But what's your equity as a woman? Your equity is care. What's my equity as a man? My equity is provision. So, do I allow that woman to take care of my provisions, including me? So if the man is not doing that, forget it, that's not going to be a balanced home.
Okay.
Because that home is not structured on the stables of family. I think you are getting that.
I am.
So that is it. The man must be the one that is going to let the woman knows, I'm collecting 150,000 naira. We are going to spend 130,000 naira or 135,000 naira. So, madam, this is it. Women are good in management. Even if they don't attend a management school, they are good in management. They will help you spend your money according to how you give it to them. But let them understand that you are not lying.
Okay. How about in a case where, for reasons because of the economy, the man loses the job, and that's then the woman becomes the breadwinner, becomes the one who takes care of all the responsibilities, and there's friction, and this later affects the family. What's the best way out?
Let me tell you what should happen to all men.
Okay.
All men should have their own ideological settings of how they are going to cater for their future in case of eventualities. I determined from when I was in second school that I'm not going to work with my certificates.
Okay.
I want to work with the value I have and the quality I possess. And it happens to me. You see, if you start working and you are earning, and your woman sees that you are striving to meet your first priority is your home, she will help you even when you don't have a job.
Sure.
And she will be the one to sit you down, you discuss. When you go family meetings, which is personal family meetings, either weekly, either daily, either by monthly or whatever, you will surely arrive at a situation where if you are getting 150 at the end of the month, you may be getting 100. So you cut down. And that woman will cut down too for you.
Right.
So what really happens is that our ideological setting is biased and corrupt. Man will want to show he is a man, forgetting that his care lives with the woman. The woman will want to show, I'm the woman. If you don't take charge of me, I will take charge of the whole thing and I will dabaru it. So that is the family ideological misgivings.
Right.
So when it is family ideological advancement, you both will sit down and see how things will work, even in the case of eventualities. Every family must have a slogan written at their bedroom door, inside. When you want to get out of your bedroom door, there should be a slogan written on top. Do you know it? Always wait for the worst scenario.
Worst
Scenario. So when you do that, that will give you a check and balance on how you live your life. You are waiting for the worst scenario. So when eventually the worst scenario comes, it doesn't come to you
as
surprisingly. You are already prepared.
Okay.
So
the role of the extended family in all of this, what role does the extended family play here?
you see, you cannot live alone. And Allah, your creator, does not give everything to one person. He spreads it. When you are good to me, I am good to you. The prophet is one of those who give the best of wisdom to us. He says, the heart or the soul is made to like who is good to eat and is created to hate those who hate it. So if somebody is good to you in the family, you'll be good to the person. You will not want the person to die. So then when you have two brothers, as an example, one is rich, one is poor. That one that is rich is an elite. He says, I'm not going to have more than 3 kids. And the brother, who is an amota, has 17 kids. And now he that has 3 kids has enough to take care of 25 kids. 17 plus 20 plus 3 makes it
20.
you still have a space for
5.
why doesn't it take those ones? Now they now went for celebration, end of the year celebration in their family house. Huh? If you take care of your 3 kids, you took care of your 3 kids, and you did not take care of the kids of that one, of the other one, of the 17 kids, and one of them grew muddy and touch your child, or kill your child, or maim your child, or do anything bad to your child, who caused it?
You did.
So in extended family, we will help ourselves to grow. But in an extended family that do not help themselves to grow, they are the ones that are ruining the society.
The society.
They are the ones ruining the society.
Oh, all right.
So we must take care of that.
Okay, we have to leave this conversation here this morning. And like I said at the beginning of the program, anytime you do come here, we always pick 1 or 2 things to live day by day with. As our teacher and our imam. May Almighty Allah continue to endow you with the wisdom. Thank you so much, Sheikh, for being here on the program today.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Now, that's the much we take on this segment of the program today. And I'm sure that, of course, you've learned 1 or 2 things on the program today. We'll take a quick break. When we return, Adebimpe, enjoy. We'll be here with their conversation.